All right, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to a new video. In this video, as you can probably tell, we're watching certain portions of the Nintendo Direct. I've actually already watched a good portion of it. I had to catch it during my work break because otherwise I haven't really had a lot of time to be on the internet. So we're taking this video to just kind of go over some of the things that I found interesting. I actually have a small list, but actually it's not very small at all. Because there's a lot of announcements here, and we'll talk about that as we kind of move on. So I kind of want to get started, and the first announcement right away kind of caught our eye, so let's just kind of take a look at it.
Luigi? Huh? Luigi! Yeah.
Brothership, November 7th, 2024. So instantly I thought that this was a pretty cool way to start the Direct, giving us a brand new Mario and Luigi title. I kind of wonder how many of the team that worked on Mario RPG are still around after all this time making Mario and Luigi games on the Game Boy Advance and on the Nintendo DS. This is a very welcomed, I think it's a very welcomed new addition to the Switch. Pretty crazy to think that it's even new to the Switch, considering that we know a new console's on the way, which we're going to dive into that topic a little bit more later. But really cool way to start the Direct, and I thought that was a very warm welcome, if you will. So cool to see it, happy to see it, but obviously there's a lot more.
Bring the championships home or on the go. The thrill of the Nintendo World Championships is heading to the Nintendo Switch system. Take on over 150 speedrunning challenges from across 13 NES games.
You say speedrun?
Fast beats to action-packed battles. Familiarize yourself with each challenge and perfect your timing. Then give it your best shot and aim for the top of the online leaderboards. You can also try more difficult legend challenges, like completing Super Mario Brothers in one go using warp pipes. Stuck on a legend challenge? Check out classified information for handy tips and tricks to help you improve. Put your skills to the test in survival mode, where you'll race against ghost data of players worldwide. After each round, half of the players will be eliminated. You've only got one shot to survive. Will you be the last one standing?
Very cool.
Nintendo World Championships NES Edition launches on Nintendo Switch July 18th. Pre-orders for the digital version are available now on Nintendo eShop. A deluxe set containing a physical version of the game and other bonus items is also available for pre-order.
I don't know if I necessarily care about the a lot of the extras, but I definitely care about having a physical edition of the game. I really like the idea of this game. It kind of reminds me of the NES Remix, a little bit like the NES Remix 1 and 2 pack that was on the Wii U. I think they were both on the Wii U. This is also very welcomed as well. I thought I saw this coming out in Japan, so I'm glad they mentioned something about getting it in the US as well.
Another sport is coming to Spoko Square.
So with Nintendo Switch Sports getting the basketball update, I haven't played Switch Sports in quite a bit. I played with my family a couple of times, but that's honestly the only time I played the game. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun.
And shoot in 2-on-2 matches using motion controls. Try out 3-point challenge solo and score as many baskets as you can within the time limit. Up to 4 players can also compete in a streak battle. Besides local play, you can team up with players worldwide in 2-on-2 online
Chaos
matches.
Magician. This is some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. This looks fun.
This free update for Nintendo Switch Sports dunks its way onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
Pretty excited about that too. This is also very welcomed, I think.
Donkey Kong Country Returns, originally released on the Wii system, is barreling onto Nintendo Switch in HD. The villainous Tiki Tak tribe has hypnotized the local wildlife and stolen Donkey Kong's precious banana hoard. Obstacles in the way?
Yeah, this looks
Just
very
stomp
good.
'em, pound them, and roll on through. Each level is filled with hijinks, but they're no match for these top bananas. From manic minecarts.
This game really lived up to the hype of a Donkey Kong Country game.
Barrels. And even hitching a ride on Rambi. There are plenty of transportation methods available. Pass a Joy-Con controller to a buddy for 2-player local co-op. 80 appealing levels are in store, including the additional levels from the Nintendo 3DS version.
That's a big deal.
Donkey Kong Country Returns HD swings onto the Nintendo Switch system January 16th.
That's a pretty big deal. This is a pretty big deal, I think, considering that they have the 3DS levels, because there were certain levels that were available only on the Wii, and then there were certain levels that were only available on the 3DS version of the game. So having everything be available in one cart on one game is very nice. And of course the HD buff on it is, I mean, it's not going to be like super HD like you know, 4K, but it's gonna look, I think it's gonna look very good. I actually have a playthrough on this. You can actually go and find it in my playlist. I actually did a playthrough on Donkey Kong Country Returns, and I had a very fun time with the game. So this is again a very warm welcome. I think I am fairly excited about this, and I can't wait to see where things go with hopefully maybe a new Donkey Kong Country, because at this point now you can't remake a Donkey Kong Country unless you want to remake 1 through 3, but they're all on, you can play them all now on the Switch as of January 16th. So big deal. I definitely thought this was one of the better Donkey Kong Country games I played when I actually went through and played the game. So pretty happy about that. The Dragon Quest remakes actually are kind of cool too. I never played them, so I didn't have any interest. Luigi's Mansion, I'm not going to really touch base much on that because we already did that before. It's coming out, right now it's June 19th, which is a Wednesday. It comes out next Thursday. Not tomorrow Thursday, but next Thursday, the 27th. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, we got some of these. I always love having this conversation.
Titles are on the way. Play Link's classic 16-bit adventure and team up online to explore randomized dungeons in The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past 4 Swords.
That's cool. We'll talk about that after.
The remake of Samus's first adventure in Metroid: Zero Mission. Plus, coming to the new Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online Mature 17+ collection of games. Brave the dangerous lost land to stop the campaigners' nefarious schemes in Turok: Dinosaur Hunter. And
never played Perfect Dark, but maybe I should.
To end their alien conspiracy in Perfect Dark, now with online multiplayer. All 4 games will be available for Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members later today.
Now, at this point, they're probably out. They're probably out now because it's the day after the direct. The only games I really want to touch on are what Perfect Dark having the multiplayer mode is very cool. I wonder if it says expansion pack required for maximum gameplay. I wonder if it already assumes that the expansion pack is already inserted. Don't know about that at all. But Metroid Zero Mission was a pretty expensive Game Boy Advance game, if I remember correctly. So having this now on the Switch Online is very cool. And then Four Swords Adventures, or Four Swords, being able to do that multiplayer online is very cool. That's a very it's not really even like a missed opportunity. I thought it was really, really cool. I thought it was missed that it was even that this game hasn't even been out yet on the Switch Online. So being able to play Four Swords with friends online saves the idea of getting 4 Game Boy Advances, 4 copies of Link to the Past, and all of the cables to connect everything, which I have 2 copies of the game and enough to like connect 2 people. So if 2 people wanted to play it, we could. But being able to do it online is just such a gift. Really, this Nintendo Switch Online so far, like, is it still lacking some games? Like, yeah, and I can name a few, but even if they got those few, you know, you don't have the entire library. So I get that. It is still the gift that kind of keeps on giving. You know, we just paid for our membership again, our yearly membership again, to have everything for myself and my family, and the prices haven't raised. The prices really haven't raised. They're still the same. So as long as they keep giving us titles, that the money that we're paying for that, it sort of makes itself up. And you can't really argue for that. Can't really argue for or against it. So next is Super Mario Party Jamboree.
The latest game in the Mario Party series takes place on an enormous island resort. Get ready to jump into the biggest selection of Mario Party minigames yet in Super Mario Party Jamboree.
At first, I thought this was going to be just like a mini game.
The new boards where you'll compete to collect the most stars.
At first, I thought this was going to be the most like just mini games.
To travel between floors in Rainbow Galleria.
Literally a shopping mall.
Coins to get a star at half price when they're on flash sale. But act fast. Ride around and stay on track in Roll'em Raceway. With the new Turbo Dice item, you can move up to 40 spaces with a lucky roll. Here on Goomba Lagoon, the ebb and flow of the tide can change your path. And things really get mixed up when the volcano blows its top. Along with 5 new game boards, 2 boards from previous Mario Party games make their return. Some mini-games are action-packed challenges, speed trials, a battle of wits, and more. And some are controlled by gently shaking or tilting your Joy-Con controllers. With over 110 mini-games, there's a wide variety to enjoy. Also, up to 20 players can go head-to-head online in the Coupathlon mode. Compete against your rivals and aim for first place. Try your best to come out on top. Wait, there are even more new modes? The biggest Mario Party yet will soon be underway when the Super Mario Party Jamboree game launches on the Nintendo Switch system October 17th.
This is again another very welcomed addition. Crazy again to think that I'm going to be saying this for the rest of this so far. Very crazy that we're getting something like this. My opinion on this is that it's something that we really should have gotten with the last game and or even with Mario Party Superstars, where even though that was a remake of or an HD upgrade of other Mario Party games, this is something that we really wanted in Super Mario Party, like the original Super Mario Party. And I guess in addition to that, it's very cool that we're getting this, because we're getting 7 boards and there's a million things apparently that you can do with it, and that's great. But one, it's going to be pretty hard to top this unless you're going to be continuing it on when you get onto the new console. But in addition to that, it's kind of weird that, again, this wasn't like broken up. Like, put a couple more of these boards on Super Mario Party and put a couple more of these boards on Mario Party Superstars. You wouldn't have had to make this game, so it kind of feels like a milking for more money to pay for a third Mario Party game on the Switch. You know, Mario Parties 1, 2, and 3 on the Nintendo 64 are all classics in their own right, where there was so much each one offered where they were all brand new. And I'm not saying that there's nothing, you know, not brand new here, but having the 2 classic boards on here is definitely strange, considering that Mario Party Superstars could have really used it. So it's kind of interesting that it's all jam-packed on here onto one game, when stuff like this could have easily been split up. Like, put a lot of the new stuff in Super Mario Party and then put the classic boards on Mario Party Superstars. Which also reminds me, it seems like because it's a Super Mario Party, we are staying with the idea that you have to use the Joy-Con. Like, if you're playing with one player, you still have to use the Joy-Con. We'll have to take a look at that. But I am down to play some online games. I'm definitely going to be playing this with my family quite a bit, so it's going to be an easy buy for sure. But at the same time, it also is kind of like, all right, like, why couldn't you have split this up between the original Super Mario Party and Superstars? And I think the next announcement we're going to want to see too.
The latest installment in the Mario Party series, Super Mario Party Jamboree, with new boards, mini games, 20-player online gameplay, and more. Get ready for the biggest Mario Party in series
Also,
history.
any mini games returning.
And now, please take a look at this.
Yes. Yep.
Hello everyone. I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. What you just saw was the latest installment.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy
Legend of
ages like
Zelda,
fine wine.
Echoes of Wisdom.
He doesn't look like he's aged
This
in
time
like 20
around,
years.
Link has vanished. Now it's up to Princess Zelda to step into the protagonist role. You might be thinking, will Zelda fight with a sword then? Here, we wanted to create a new gameplay style that breaks conventions seen in past Legend of Zelda.
Also, his shirt
games with a
looks sick.
top-down perspective. To explain more, please take a look at this video.
All right.
Stolen away. Across the vast lands of Hyrule, strange rifts have appeared and have taken many people, including Link. Now alone, Zelda meets the fairy Tri, receives a mysterious staff called the Tri-Rod, and sets off on a journey across Hyrule to save her kingdom. By waving the Tri-Rod at a table she found, Zelda learned how to create an imitation of it called an echo. Once you learn an echo of something, you can recreate it whenever you'd like. Even if there's a wall blocking your path, you can create echoes of tables to get a leg up. Just like that.
It's very cool.
You can create wooden boxes, old beds, and unusual things like water blocks. How you use them separately or together is entirely up to you. Learn and create echoes of things you find while exploring Hyrule. You might be surprised at what you discover. Even
Also
battles
cool.
will look different. You could pick up and throw a rock echo, for example. That's not all, though. You can also create echoes of monsters.
I really
After
like that they
doing
took
so,
like
they'll
they
bite
added in
by
the
your
ability,
side.
like the aesthetic of monsters
have
running
different
into the
abilities,
rocks, where
so
normally
choose
they
the
would just
one you
run
want to
against the
create
rocks
based on the situation.
in most games.
Wisdom is key, after all.
But now they actually like run into items or run into objects on screen. So kind of a little added extra aesthetic that really wasn't in many of the other Zelda games.
In a Hyrule without Link, the fate of the kingdom is now in Zelda's hands.
How was that? I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of the Echo ability, which channels Princess Zelda's wisdom. There are a lot of echoes in this game. To be honest, I haven't counted them all yet.
Excited to see them.
How you solve puzzles and battle enemies will change depending on the echoes used. In short, we've created a game where each player's experience will be different. The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom launches September 26th.
Honestly, really excited about this. A lot to say. I really like that they stuck with the chibi Link's Awakening look from the Switch when it was released about 5 years ago now, which is quite a long time. But very good. I think it's a very good different take from a typical Zelda game. It looks like we have dungeons back, so this looks very classic. I honestly thought two different things at first. I thought at first this might have been a Link Between Worlds HD. I also thought that this might have been the Oracle games, because I thought that we were going to get the Oracle games at some point. And I mean, it wasn't those. It wasn't either of those. But this is very welcomed. Very interesting that we're getting a new Zelda game, considering that we got Tears of the Kingdom now over a year ago now. It's over a year ago. So this is very interesting, and I think it's a very welcomed addition. Looks very cute. And again, being in the Link's Awakening look, with the chibi look, I think it's gonna be a very fun game. We'll definitely be playing this game on stream, or I'll be recording it when it comes out. Very excited about it. Other than that, I don't think there was a lot outside of, yeah, there wasn't a lot for me here outside of Metroid Prime 4. So this was very hyped up. Very well needed, I think, because a lot of people have been waiting years for this too. I haven't played any of the Metroid Prime games yet, but I do have Metroid Prime 1 I do need to give a whirl. But this is just this is just the cherry on top, the cream of the crop. Very well needed. Could definitely tell right away this is going to be a Metroid Prime or a Metroid situation. Didn't know what, but definitely going to be Metroid situation for sure. Could definitely tell from here that it was Metroid Prime too. Just didn't know like if it was going to be Metroid Prime 2 or if it was going to be its own game. If you played Metroid Prime 2, I guess you would know. I think for this, they said it was going to be in 2025. Honestly, it looks great. For what it's worth.
That was a first look at Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. After a very long time, we are finally able to share more information about this title.
Yeah, it's a very long time indeed. But yeah, that about concludes it for that about concludes this for me anyways. That about concludes this for me. One thing I definitely want to say for sure is that through all of this, we're getting new titles is probably the main, you know, thing of this. Are we getting a couple of remakes here or there? Of course, yes. We still have a squeeze of those, like with the Dragon Quest remakes and the Donkey Kong Country remakes. So we're getting remakes, but we're getting new stuff. We're getting brand new stuff still for the Switch. You know, we're getting Metroid Prime. We're getting a new Zelda, new Mario Party, kind of. It's like half remake, half not remake. Still going hard on the Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo Switch Sports is still getting updates. We got a new Mario and Luigi. The NES edition of the Nintendo World Championships is on here. There's still just new. Now we're just getting new stuff just pumped out of this, and I think it's great. I think it was definitely one thing that this Direct did so well is that it was very unexpected. You know, with a new console that they announced, they made an announcement that there's going to be an announcement for it at some point. We don't know when yet, but considering that there is a new console coming up, which means the Switch is coming to its, you know, at some point it's going to be coming to its end, right? It's very interesting to see and to hear that, hey, we still have a whole nother bag of stuff coming for the Nintendo Switch with I think Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to be the one that's the latest, like, or not the latest. It's going to take the most time to get out compared to all these games, but even from the ones I went off the list otherwise that have a date that they're coming out, Donkey Kong Country Returns hits in 2025. So I mean, these titles are gonna last us out here until the end of the year, into the next year, where, you know, at that point next year we have the new Pokemon Legends game to look into. We have a new console that we might be looking into. We have Metroid Prime 4 that we're looking into. We don't even know where, you know, what else is going to be in the Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack that's going to be, you know, that can still release games in. It's a breath of fresh air. It's a breath of fresh air, breath of just nothing but new, or mostly new titles. And honestly, I think it's great. I think they did a great job with having all of this, considering that it left me to have zero expectations, because why would they want to release new stuff? Why would they want to release new stuff when there's a new console that's going to be coming soon? And I think at this point, that's kind of where this video is going, is where does this really lead us into, you know, going into the next year? Obviously this year, so far as we know, I mean, we're only halfway through the year. We're still just we're in the middle of June, so we're a little halfway past, but we don't know if we're getting the new console update or announcement later this year, or if we're getting it next year. And at that point then still could be plenty that come out for the Switch. So who knows what's coming out, but at this point, with everything that we have and that we have to look forward to, I think we're going to be pretty well set with keeping us occupied with releases that are coming up, you know, between this month and then every month, literally every month following, up until the end of the year. That'll lead us into hopefully the Switch announcement, and hopefully the announcement of maybe a really big title, maybe like a Mario 3D game at this point. Now that we got another new Zelda game, granted it's not like a mainline story Zelda game or anything like that, it is still new Zelda. I don't think they're going to have another new game right up their sleeves. But I do think, though, we're closing the gap on some of the remakes that maybe we do want, or maybe an HD remake that we might want, like maybe the Oracle games or Link Between Worlds, or maybe like the DS games. Perhaps they're in here too. We'll have to see. Or even Link's Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. I'm forgetting those too. But yeah, I think overall this was a very good. Direct, again, because they threw out the idea of a new console. It just made all of these announcements that much more exciting, because no one expected that they had this much going on with some of their more main franchises like Mario and Donkey Kong and Zelda especially. So this is good. That's about all I have for this direct. I'm not going to go over any details about my stream or what videos are coming out next. I'll leave that for another video that'll be coming out soon, so look forward to that. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your thoughts of the direct were. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What games did you like out of the direct? Let me know in the comment section below, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.